Okay, we can start now. Every one of you, we can start now. Okay, with the students who are available by 9, we can start with them. So last class we were discussing about pattern inheritance. Correct? Let me open that document, our theory document. It's 33 class notes, and scroll down. So pattern inheritance is the one which we were discussing about. Up to here. See, so I have explained about what is encapsulation, what is class, what is inheritance, and types of inheritance generally, in general, multi-level and all. And after that, abstract types of classes, abstract class and concrete class. After abstract and concrete class, what did we discuss? Inheritance in Pega, pattern inheritance. So can any one of you tell me what do you mean by pattern inheritance in Pega? Anyone please. What is meant by pattern inheritance in Pega? Pattern inheritance. Anyone please.
B can inherit from A, C can inherit from B, like that.
Okay. How you define pattern inheritance? How we define pattern inheritance? How we define it?
With the
How we
dashes
define
in
pattern
between.
inheritance? Huh? Yeah, yes, please.
Child
What is
account
that?
can inherit parents' properties.
That is okay. I'm not asking. So generally inheritance means child can access parent properties or anything. How we define the pattern?
By the name, like this pattern is like defined by the dashes, dash in between
Dash. That is
those.
what I'm
Yeah.
expecting. Dash. Pattern inheritance between classes will be defined by a symbol hyphen that we generally call as dash. A dash B. Dash represents the inheritance relation there. And it's like a naming pattern. That's why it is called pattern inheritance. That's why it is called as pattern inheritance. Are you clear, everyone? Pattern inheritance you can define by using dash. That's what hyphen you call it as generally. Okay, now when you are dealing with pattern inheritance, lower level, suppose I'll draw a tree diagram, you can understand. I'm continuing with pattern inheritance just to give you a full-fledged understanding. So in our application, it is JPMC. I'm sorry, JPMC. Below that, what do you have? JPMC VH, JPMC vehicle, and then work. Okay, now. So here you go. I am going to draw one line that represents pattern inheritance. Generally, in this diagram, you understand this line represents pattern inheritance. This is lower level class. In the tree diagram, what is the lower level? Work. What is the middle level? JPMC VR. What is the top level? JPMC. Now, work is child of JPMC vehicle as well as JPMC. So parent of parent is also parent. JPMC vehicle is child of JPMC. So pattern inheritance means a class can access the features from the higher classes. A class can access the features or any rules from higher classes. All these three classes belongs to this implementation application only. How you can remember pattern inheritance easily, it's your family tree diagram. Family tree means what will be there in the family tree? So grandparents, okay, parents, child, and grandchild. Okay, so grandchild like this. So this child is child of this parent, and this child is grandchild of this grandparent. This child is great grand. Okay, we'll say grandchild for example here, grandchild, great grandchild. Okay, like this, 4 levels. So it's your family tree. So how these are being connected? By blood relation. What is the relation between these all? Within same family, right? Within same family means definitely grandparents, parents, grandchild, and great grandchild. You can take it to n number of levels. What is the relation between all these? It is like a blood relation. Within one family, the blood relation tree diagram, you can understand like pattern inheritance. Within one family means within one application, the classes from higher level to lower level all are connected by pattern inheritance. So pattern inheritance you can compare with blood relation within the same family. Are you clear with this point? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Way you can easily remember. Okay, now? So now another family cannot come into blood relation in general, correct? Another family diagram, if you are drawing, that won't come into the blood relation of family A. It is not going to come like that. So another family means another application. Another application classes cannot be shown in the pattern inheritance. See here. So this is one pattern. This is another pattern. This is family A, family B. Pattern A, pattern B. So this family B cannot come into family A. So another application B classes cannot be shown as pattern parents to application A. Is it clear, everyone? So pattern inheritance, parent classes, child classes, all belongs to same application. Are you clear with this point? Everyone? Every one of you, are you clear with this point?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
You should respond actually. Okay, thank you for confirmation by your response. And next we have framework application. You remember? We have framework. JPMC vehicle is implementation and it is
Yes.
created on top of JPMC framework. Can implementation application classes access framework application classes directly? Is it possible to access? It is not possible. You know why? There must be inheritance relation defined between two classes. Whether these two classes are of same application, whether the classes are current and built on application classes, anything. The class is from framework implementation or within implementation, anywhere. If a class wants to access the features of another class, there must be inheritance defined between the classes. There must be inheritance defined between the classes. Without inheritance relation being defined between the classes, it is not possible to access the functional features of one class into another class. Are you clear with this statement? This is a statement. I'm making a statement. Are you clear with this statement? See, without inheritance relation defined between two classes, whether these two classes are of same application, whether these two classes, one implementation class application, one another one framework application, no matter where the classes are staying, the required thing is inheritance relation must be defined between the classes in order to achieve that accessibility of functional features from one class to another class. Are you clear with this point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In such case, if I want to access the features of framework application classes into my implementation application classes, should I define the inheritance relation between framework application classes to implementation application classes by making framework classes parent, implementation classes child? Should I define or not? Tell me.
I think we should define.
Yes, we should define it.
Without
Yes.
defining, you cannot
Yes.
access. We should define. Then where would you define? Just I'm not asking you one question to ourselves. Where would we define? In the pattern, we cannot show that classes. Yes or no? In the pattern inheritance, other application classes cannot come. Then where should it come? It should come in the direct inheritance. It should come in the direct inheritance. Direct inheritance relation between classes can be defined in the class definition. If you right click on the class and go to definition, scroll down, you see parent class directed. Don't bother about this checkbox. I will tell you this checkbox later, maybe after 20 days or 30 days. Focus on this one. Parent class of this class. This class definition only, now work class definition. Parent class of work class in the direct inheritance is work dash cover dash. This is OOTB class. Work dash cover dash is OOTB class. So when you create a new application, by default, Pega has automatically made an OOTB class as direct parent of your implementation work class. It has made OOTB class as direct parent of your. So with the direct inheritance, your application is able to access the OOTB features. Pega provided features are there now in the OOTB classes that can be accessed by using which inheritance? Direct inheritance. So you can access other application functionalities into your application when you make or when you define inheritance relation with the other application classes into your application. That is possible through direct inheritance. That is possible through which inheritance? Direct inheritance. Are you clear with this, everyone? Are you clear with this point? Unmute and respond
Yes.
quickly.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll tell you simple example. Okay. Don't mind, don't take it serious, but simple thing. Okay. Take it in a funny way. See, family A and family B. There are two families, family A and family B. Two families are there. How it works in India? See, from family A, the person, let's say male person, can access the property of parents, okay, who are in blood relation. For this male person in the blood relation, for parents, grandparents are there. He can access their property. Okay, very well, he can access. He wants to access, okay, suppose, let's say the male person here got married to a female in another family, got married. This is a direct relation. This is a direct relation between two people of two different families by marriage. So whatever this girl, this female property that she owns can be accessed by this person because he married to her. Isn't it generally speaking? Isn't it correct or not?
Yes.
Right? How this relation
Yes,
is defined now between the classes of different application, between the classes of different applications. So marriage relation you keep in mind as direct inheritance. Are you getting why I am telling these examples? You know, I'm telling you so that you can remember easily, recollect easily in future. So pattern inheritance means within your family, your parents, grandparents, like that. Direct inheritance means another family marriage. She can access the property of him and he can access the property of her, of course. Correct? So from another application classes, if you want to access features, then what type of inheritance you have to do? Use what type of inheritance?
Direct inheritance.
Direct inheritance. And here there is one condition, that is the applications should be created one on top of another. Another application means not any other application. See, first thing is application B should be created on application A, connecting to it. Then only you can define direct inheritance. Otherwise, you cannot define. See, I have JPMC related framework application, correct? Framework application classes will have FW. FW stands for framework. So this list is showing framework application classes. This list is showing framework application classes. Why it is showing? Because your application is created on top of framework. This list will not show any classes of another application LIC. I have LIC application. Is it showing LIC application FW classes here? Is it showing? So can I make direct inheritance relation of JPMC application implementation with LIC framework? I have LIC framework actually. You cannot do. Why? Because JPMC implementation is not created on top of LIC framework. It is created on top of JPMC framework. So you can define direct inheritance relation between two classes of two different applications only when the applications are created one on top of another, like two slices of bread, one on top of another. Clear, everyone?
Yes, only built on.
Built on application. That is what framework application. Clear, everyone?
Sir, it's clear, sir, but we cannot build application in Pega without a direct inheritance, as our org layer has a direct inheritance with a Pega built-in classes, right?
Okay. Can you frame it in Telugu once?
We cannot build application in Pega without a direct inheritance, as our
It's not
org layer.
application. It's not application. You can build application. While building application, we do not even have a sense of inheritance, first of all. Okay. Point is class. A class must have direct parent. Class must have direct parent. That's the point.
So Harsha, like no possible way like I can access another implementation class in another implementation
That is
application.
highly impossible because implementations will come side by side. Always. Implementations will always come what? Side by side.
Side by
Got
side.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Implementations are siblings. You and your sibling, do you have any right to ask the property of your sibling in general?
No.
No, right? You have authority. I mean, like, not authority. You have a chance to access the property of your parents, correct? The same way technology works. Technology also works the same way.
Got it. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Next, other students. Other students. Clear, right? So now let's make an observation of what is by default provided. See, all this pattern inheritance, direct inheritance is automatically defined by Pega while we create new application. When we create a new implementation application, its classes have pattern direct inheritance, automatically it has taken. When we create framework application also, automatically it has taken. Let's look at the transact work classes. Only work class. We do not bother about division and organization. Do not ask me any questions related to division, organization, direct inheritance, because you will get confused a lot. Don't even focus on that. We want to focus only on work class. For implementation work class, if you go to definition, what is the direct parent you are seeing there? Work dash, cover dash. I did not select this. When I create application, automatically Pega has selected that. Pega has selected that automatically. Correct, yes or no? Just I am observing as of now. Work dash cover dash is the direct parent of my implementation work class. Similar to implementation work class of implementation application, framework application also will have one framework class. This is framework applications work class. So it will have FW. I can see from here because that is a built-on application. Definition of framework work class. What is the parent class of framework work class? Tell me. Read it. Work dash.
Cover.
Cover dash.
Cover dash.
So, I will show you the diagram. Maybe the class names are different, but concept is same. You can see here. One diagram I can show you. Work dash cover dash. This is direct inheritance diagram. Everyone able to see? Work dash cover dash is being a direct parent to implementation work class. Work class is also called as class group and framework work class. Yes or no? Is the diagram correct as per what we have seen just now? Direct inheritance that you can understand as correct, right? Okay. But
Yes.
from this, in this diagram, there is, I mean, like in the way how Pega provided the direct inheritance to us, there is a problem in that. There is a problem in that. What is the problem in that? You know what? See, in the Pega provided direct inheritance relation, your implementation work class can access the features of OOTB. Framework work class can access the features of OOTB. But your implementation work class cannot access the features of framework work class. Isn't it correct? Everyone, is it correct or not? Your implementation work class cannot access the features of framework work class. From the diagram, is it correct or not? I'm just asking you from the diagram. Diagram is as per what they provided. Unmute and respond.
By just you said like it's looking like a sibling now.
Of course, it's looking like a sibling. It's not parent. Correct? There is no inheritance relation drawn between these two. Correct? Okay, that's why it cannot access. Can I make two parents here in the direct inheritance? Let me try. JPMC, FW related thing. Where is that? Okay, just let me copy this and paste here. Otherwise, comma, one more parent. In the direct, I am trying to mention two parents and trying to save. Is it accepting or not? Is it accepting?
No.
It's not accepting. It is not accepting. It is not at all accepting this one. You're not allowed to do this. That's what it is saying. Okay. So two parents you cannot have at a time. Keeping only one parent, you should modify like this. See, what is the need, we need the third point to be like can access. That is implementation application work class cannot access the features of framework application work class, but we want it. In order to do that, can I change the diagram like this? From work dash cover dash, you have this one, no? This I have removed. And from work dash cover dash, I had one arrow mark, inheritance relation to framework work class. From framework work class, I have drawn one to implementation work class. I removed this. Is it okay now? See here and tell me. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes. So from this diagram, hold on. Your framework work class can access the features of work dash cover dash. Your implementation work class can access the features of its built on work framework work class. Your implementation work class can also access the features of work dash cover dash. How? How? It can access how? Parent of parent is parent. Yes or no? Parent of parent is parent or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Parent of parent is also one parent to it.
Parents class.
Parent of parent is also a parent to it. Correct? That way, if you are going to make the same change in your application classes, implementation work class, then it will be all right. Then it will be all right. So whatever we have seen here diagrammatically, the same change we have to make in our application as well. That is, you log into implementation application, go to implementation application work class and go to definition, remove work dash cover dash, choose framework work class. For framework work class, work dash cover dash is there as a parent. Parent of parent will automatically become a parent. Thus, implementation application work class will be able to access the features of framework application work class as well as work dash cover dash. That little change we are going to make now. That small change. Okay, correcting. So Pega by default not providing, we are correcting it as per our need. 633. This change everyone should do after you create your application. With that, we are all set with the inheritance concept. Everything. 13, right? Sorry, 13. Changing. What are we going to do? Changing the direct parent of IMPL work class. Okay. So you log into implementation application. Log into IMPL app. And after that, what you need to do, you know, just come here to the app explorer. This will be loaded. Right click on this class and go to definition. Go where? Definition. Okay, and scroll down. Remove work dash cover dash and choose FW work class. FW application related work class. Remove this JPMC FW work class. This one. Framework application work class. So this is the simple thing which we need to correct as Pega is not providing it the way we are expecting. Okay.
Sir,
So this is
sir, if I understood correctly, we have a framework class and we have a child class, like implementation class, and by default, both are inheriting the work cover class. But now we have changed the work
perfect.
cover class for implementation class. So now the framework class will inherit the work cover class, and the implementation class will inherit the framework class. Is that correct?
100% correct. Whatever you told, your understanding. 100%.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you.
implementation work class can also access from work dash cover. We did not lose that.
Yeah,
Parent of parent
okay.
way it can access. Okay now?
Yeah,
Got it now?
yeah.
Good.
Thank
Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. So this is a small change. To make this small change only, I explained all the diagram and all. So we are going to stop theory here related to concept. We want to get into Pega rules related to business requirement, screens creation. Screen means UI screen. UI screen. Okay. Let me log into an existing application and show you what we wanted to do. By logging into existing application, I will show you. Okay now. So I'm going to log into existing application, another application, not here. This is another batch application. Okay now. I'm going to log in here. Okay, so go to this one. Here you go now. I will create a case. Don't bother about navigations as of now. Only focus on the concept point, main point. So we wanted to work on learning about creating some form. Form means application form will be the same way. So I will go to that form and then start explaining you the things. Okay. Here you go now. This is the form you are seeing now. This is for collecting customer details. You want to collect the basic details of the customer who is coming to take insurance policy for their vehicles. So the customer's first name, customer's last name, his gender or her gender, date of birth, okay, and give me 1 minute. Date of birth, age, phone number, email address. This data I want to collect in a form at runtime. At runtime, you want to collect the details. At runtime, you want to collect the details of a customer, the basic details of a customer, like first name, last name, age, gender, date of birth, phone number, email address. When you collect it, you can store into your database. Okay, customer registration process. So when I say a rule in Pega, technically I will tell you what is the rule after some time. Generally, everything you create in Pega is a rule. Everything means you created one application, right? That is a rule. Application is a rule, and classes got created automatically. Every class is one rule. Okay. So every application is one rule. Every class is one rule. Everything you create in Pega is a rule. Pega rules process commander. What is a rule as of now? Technically, I'll tell you later. Rule means application is a rule, class is a rule. Anything you create in Pega is a rule. So what are we going to learn further is we are going to learn about the very basic rule types in Pega. Very basic rule types in Pega. What are those? Let me tell you. Okay. Do I have any such thing here? Give me 1 minute. This is a theory document, right? I will copy from another theory document. Give me 1 minute. Huh? Basic rules in Pega, property, all that. Okay, I'm going to copy the notes from here to here. And I'll start explaining these things. I'll copy entire thing, but whatever can be covered today, I will cover. Okay, this is the order. Up to here, I'm copying, but I will not be able to finish everything today in this notes. But whatever I could cover, I will cover. Control Z, Control End, 633. Okay,
Sir,
let's go
I
to
have a
rule.
query. Can I ask?
What is the query?
Sir, on top of the Pega platform, which is a by default platform, is it mandatory to define a framework class before implementation class, or we can directly define implementation class on top of Pega platform?
You have to ask me about application. It's not class. You're getting confused. Implementation application can we create on top of Pega platform? Yes, we can
Yes, sorry.
create. We can create, no problem. But we don't do it considering the reusability concept.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
na? We do not do it. We can do it actually. Basic rules in Pega. Okay, I will take up this one, this part. Very basic rule types in Pega. Basic rule types in Pega. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Huh? I will tell you up to here. Okay. So what are the basic rule types that we are going to discuss about today in our class? You know, the basic rule types. Why I'm missing something? Give me 1 minute. In the copy paste, missing on something. Basic rule types in Pega. Okay. After this, I want to copy paste the other details. It is giving everything. Huh? Sorry. This is what I want to copy. Okay. This is what I want to copy. Oh, sorry. This one also I'll take. Okay. So I will paste it here. So I'll explain you in general, first of all. First of all, I'm going to explain you in general. So the very basic rules in Pega, we are going to look at some rule types in Pega. Rule types are properties, section, flow action, flow. Properties, section, flow action, flow. So, and practical also we will do using all these rule types. So before I tell you what are these rules, let me explain you the things from the another application. See, our main goal, our final goal is to create one form to collect the details. Generally in HTML or any other UI point of view. So whatever you are seeing here, I can enter the data, right? So these are called controls. What do you call this? Controls. This is the text input control, text box or text input control, text input control. This is called radio button. And these are drop downs. These are drop down controls. This is also text input, text input, text input. So controls can be different types. Text input control, radio button control, drop down control, or chart control, different types of controls. See, every web form, let's say Facebook sign up, I'll take Facebook registration, sign up, Facebook sign up. I'm taking Facebook sign up form. If you want to register to get a new account on Facebook, okay. So what you need to do is first you need to sign up. How they will collect your data? Using a form, text input forms, radio buttons, okay, drop downs, radio buttons, and button. This is button. This is hyperlink. Very bottom one already have an account is hyperlink, and this is called button. Okay, like this you have button control, hyperlink, radio buttons, like that you have different controls. So if you want to collect the data, sometimes you need selection controls and input controls. Collect the data. If you want to collect data from customer, you need controls to be there in the web page in a browser. So you will have these controls can be added into to make UI. For that, you need to deal with one rule type called section. What is the type of rule? Section. Don't bother about navigation. Try to understand the concept. Section is one type of rule in Pega. Section is one type of rule in Pega. Section is one type of rule in Pega. Okay, look at here. I'm going to convert into full section editor. Section is one type of rule in Pega. So into the section, you can add the controls. So text input, drag and drop. Simply to make that web page, drag and drop. Text area. Okay, and you want radio button, go here, and radio drop down you want, and radio button you want. At runtime, you can see the options and all coming in as per what you define here. So text input, drop down, like whatever you want in the web page, that controls you can add into a rule type called section. From this, what you need to understand is, if you want to design UI, if you want to design user interface means screen. If you want to design a web page like this in Pega, you need to know about one type of rule in Pega called as section. Section is one type of rule in Pega using which you can design user interface. Using which you can design what? User interface. If you want to design user interface, you can create one type of rule called as section. Are you clear about this, every one of you? Everyone, are you clear about this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. After that, okay, suppose I'm going to enter the data here and submit or sign up. This data will get stored into Facebook's database in the form of tables, correct? Is it correct or not? So
Yes.
Facebook will have tables. This is a table. Okay, this is one table. Just I'm showing you. So Facebook will store data in the backend. In the backend means database. So whatever the data you provided in the form, when you click on submit, the data will get stored into backend tables in the Facebook database. In the Facebook database backend tables, the data will get stored. Okay, that means the data which you have entered in the web page. In the web page you entered, you clicked on submit, it went into a storage place and stored there. Okay, that is the ultimate goal, to store the data into backend tables. That's the ultimate goal. Completed.
Sir,
After that,
all data will be stored in database table. I
I
think
don't know,
is
whatever they store, it will be stored. Some data, understand, only data gets stored. Don't
Okay.
bother about all or few, leave it. Okay. Now coming to this one. So at runtime, when you enter the data here, the data will go to backend. Who will drive the data from user interface to backend. In between, you need business logic. What you need in between? You need business logic. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to open the document. Okay, I'll open this document and I'll show you one diagram. See here, this is the diagram you see. So in the front end UI, if you enter the data and submit, it will definitely go to database and store. That's the ultimate goal actually. Okay, but how it will be going from UI browser to database? In between, you have business logic coding. Data which you have entered into UI will be taken into business logic. And from there, it will be taken into database. In the database, data holder is table. In the front end, data holder is this controls. What is that? These are called controls. These controls holds the data. In the browser level, this control will hold one value. This control will hold values. Backend that. But in the business logic, who will hold the value? Okay, that's what I'm going to tell you. So in the business logic, in between, who will hold the value? Generally speaking, in a generalized language, variable. You generally call it as variable. Variable holds the value at the business logic level, generally coding level. So in the front end, controls will hold, back end, tables will hold, middle, variables will hold the value. General language is variable. So now the question is, here you go. So in the front end, if you have, look at this diagram. Look at this diagram. In the browser, you have three controls: first name, last name, gender. In the logic, you have three variables: FN, LN, gender. Three variables, three controls, three variables. So when you enter the data here and submit, this data will go and given, it will be taken by variables. But which variable? Which control value to be taken by which variable? That may be a question, right? I have three. See, I have three. Let's say, for example, I have three apples. And in front of me, I have three bowls. I want to place these three apples into three bowls. But the question is, which apple into which bowl? That's the question. So for that, so which value, which control value to be given to which variable? You need to define that, correct? For that, what is going to be defined is, look at here now. So every control, you add a control, right? Double click or go to cell properties of the control. One window will open. You need to map the control to a, variable. So variable is a generalized terminology, very generalized universal terminology. In Pega, the terminology of variable is been replaced by another word called property. What is that? Property. So property holds value at business logic level. Generally, at business logic level in Pega, who holds the value? Property. So you are associating this control with a property. This control is associated with age property. So the value that you enter into this control at runtime will be held by the property age in the business logic level. So this control, suppose this control, you're going to map it by state property. What is that? Let's say, otherwise we'll take another one. Okay, let's say anyone, tax count something, whatever it is. This one, gender, I'll give gender. So the value that you select here, male or female, you will be selecting, that value will be there with the property gender. That's what variable terminology in Pega is property. So that's what happens. So whenever you want to create a UI screen in Pega, mainly you have to think about creating a section, add the controls into section. Then each control you have to, as of now, 1:1. Each control you have to map to one specific property which can hold the value. But what should be created first? Is it property should be created first or section should be created first? So in order to design a screen, you need to create two types of rules. You need to create how many types of rules? Two different types of rules mainly. One is property rule type. Second one, section rule type. You create properties first, have all the properties with you, then create section and add controls, map each control to one property that you have created. Properties can be you created or it can be OOTB properties. As of now, we don't think about OOTB. We will create all the properties by ourselves. Clear? Make sense? Every one of you clear? So if you want to design screen and make it available at runtime, okay, as a transaction screen, as a transaction processing, mainly you have to deal with 4 types of rules. Mainly you have to deal with how many types of rules? 4 types of rules. Okay, one is, just give me 1 minute. What is our theory document? This one. So where did I add the theory part last time? How I'm missing that? Okay, this here you have theory again. So give me 1 minute. Where did I add that theory? In our document, I did not add. This is practical document. Okay. Minimize this. Go to theory document of yours. Class notes. So properties, section, flow action, flow. Flow action, flow, I will teach you later. First these two. First thing you need to create properties that are needed and then create a section, add controls into section, map properties into section. Are you clear? So here, just I wanted to give the details about a property. Property, it's like a variable in programming language generally. Okay. Property. Oh, why it is selected? Property is a type of rule in Pega which holds value at runtime. At runtime, it holds a value at runtime. So property can be associated with a control in the section. Control in the section. That's what you are going to do. Okay. And then I told you about section also. I told you about section as well. Okay. And after I tell you about section, let me copy these notes below section. Suppose now I want to create a property. I want to create a property now. But where should I create? That's a question. So you want to create a property, but where do you create? See, property if you want to create, okay, in Pega, you can create like this. You can create like this property. Okay. So while creating property, you should give a name. It's not only property. Anything when you create in Pega, you should give a name to it. See, you want to create one application. Did you provide a name to application? Application name you have given it same way. Every property you create, that should have some name. That should have some name. So label is display name. ID is identifier. I told you in Pega for everything you have label and ID. Okay, label, ID will be there. And thereby context. In the context, 3 parameters are there mainly. One is, this is application name. This is class in which you want to create. This is rule set. Third one I am not going to discuss now. Later I will tell you. 1 and 2 we will go with. 1 and 2. So in which application you want to create? If you want to create framework application, select this. If you want to create an implementation application, select this. You may create, so you don't have separate login for framework. You can do everything from implementation. If you want to create your property in the framework application, select framework application name. It will be created in the context of framework application. Okay. If you select implementation, it will be created in implementation. Class also same. If you want to create an organization class, choose this organization class. If you want to create an implementation work class, choose this. If you want to create in JPMC, FW class, then create there, no problem. You can create in any class of your wish. But the point is, every rule that you create should have a name. It should be created in some application. It should be created in some class. Third parameter, I will tell you later. Leave it. Are you clear? It should be created somewhere like this. Clear, everyone? But exactly how do you know where to create? I am going to explain now. Before we do a practical, we want to go and understand the theory. Exactly where to create, I will tell you. Are you clear with this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how do you know whether the property or any rule should be placed inside a framework context or inside implementation application? That is based on the requirement and the scope of accessibility. I will tell you. Let's take an example. The example is, see, I have an insurance application. Okay, insurance is a framework in which I have health insurance implementation. I have auto insurance implementation. 2 applications are there. So I am asking you to create one screen to collect the basic details of a customer. Where do you create? Are you going to create in implementation applications 2 times or you are going to create in framework application one time and access into two places. Where do you do that? Customer details, first name, last name, age, gender, date of birth, phone number, email ID, very basic details. Where do you create? I'm asking you.
Framework level.
Framework. Why framework?
Frame-
That justification you have to give. Why framework? Reason?
We can reuse it in implementation.
It's not about you can reuse. See, everything you create in framework, you can reuse. It's not about you can reuse. What is the reason you create it? So think about the requirement and tell me business point of view, not technical point of view simply. So why you are creating a form to collect customer data in framework? Why not in implementation? What is the reason for that?
The same form you can use in all three insurances department.
We know that if I have 10 implementations, if I create in framework, we can use the same form in all implementations. I already told you, it's not about if you can use, it's about something else. You need to think in a business point of view. You should not come to a conclusion technically. Everyone knows if you create in framework, you can access into implementations everywhere. It's not that you can access, you create everything in the framework. You have to think about business point of view and decide whether to create an implementation or framework. Based on what factor you decide whether to create an implementation or framework? Based on what factor you decide?
Saving the data.
Come again?
Saving the data.
Saving the data.
Is it like it's common for like organization,
Yes,
so that
that's
if they
I
change,
think
that's correct.
Yeah.
So you decide based on whether it is a common one or specific one. Correct. Someone send that same in the chart. If the whatever it is, whatever you are creating, if it is common for all implementations, then you decide to create in the framework context. If it is specific, then you decide to create in the implementation context. Customer details you are creating in framework, the reason because customer details form is same whether you're taking health insurance or auto insurance. It is common. That's why you're creating in the framework application context. Are you clear, everyone? That's how you need to decide. That's what I'm expecting you to say. Are you clear, everyone? Every one of you?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not?
yes, sir.
Your voice is breaking, ma'am. Hey, am I audible?
It's a framework layer inherits from org layer and division layer also inherit of
Satish. I am talking about application, not classes. Wait for the classes part. I'll come to classes part. I'm talking about applications only. Okay, don't get confused.
Yeah.
I'll come to classes soon. If you understand application, I can come to second level, that is classes. Are you clear, everyone? Now, tell me one more thing. I want to create a screen to collect vehicle data. Where to create? In which application? Framework or implementation 1 or implementation 2? Which one?
Auto insurance implementation.
How did you decide now? How did you decide? Because
this is related to auto one.
this is specific to auto vehicle details. Correct? So
Yes,
you understand the business. Correct? Technical anyhow, you know, everyone knows technology. Understanding business is important. Now, I want you to create a screen to collect billing and shipping address details. Where do you create the screen? Billing and shipping address. One screen only collecting your billing address, your shipping address. Otherwise, take it address. I want to collect address details, one screen. Where do you create?
On the framework level.
address also
Framework.
common in.
Yeah.
Because address is common. I want to collect your health history information.
Again, in the health insurance
Goes in the
implementation.
Health
part.
insurance implement. So it's not the technical thing. It's about the business understanding. Where to create, how do you decide? Based on the business point. Technical anyhow, you know. So application part, you are clear. You will decide these two options, framework or implementation, based on common or specific. Common means framework. Specific means specific implementation application. Very good. Next. Come to class. We will not talk about all classes. We'll talk about 3 classes. Organization class, which is common class for framework and implementation. Okay. And implementation work class or framework work class. Framework work class. View all, framework work class. You have a choice to take either organization class, or to use implementation work class, or framework work class. You have choice among these three. Only these three you try to focus on. Creating an organization class is very topmost. See, if I place anything in the framework application context of organization class, I can access anywhere throughout my business application. Anywhere, everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere I can access that. Okay, now clear? If I create in, okay, we will not even take the framework application work class. We'll take an implementation application work class only, so that it will be easy to understand. So let's take implementation application work class. So if you want to access a feature or a rule within implementation application work class and below classes, you create an implementation work class. You want to access anywhere in Pega. Anywhere in Pega means where do you create? In which class? Organization class. In which class? Organization is the root level, topmost level, top root, top level. If you place anything in organization, it will be accessible everywhere. So very common things you place in organization class. So customer details form that you want to create, you can create in which class? Organization class, because whatever you make the changes to your business applications, you add 10 more implementations, you make changes to existing implement, whatever the reason, customer details will be definitely same for every implementation, every framework that you have in your Pega software. Yes or no? So better to create in the topmost organization level. Okay, now suppose you take vehicle details, organization class and implementation work class. Where do you create? Which one? Which class? So vehicle details, in which class you create between these two?
Auto insurance.
Implementation.
Implementation work class. Why? If you place in organization, vehicle details will also be accessible to health insurance related transactions, right? You can access there also. You should not access. Vehicle details should be accessible only within the implementation. Vehicle details you create in implementation application, implementation work class. Customer details you create in framework work class, organization class. Sorry, framework application, organization class. Address details, framework application, organization class or implementation organization class.
Organization class.
The address also will not change. Everywhere it is common. Correct? I'm not going to tell you about framework work class. We'll see that later. Not now, because you'll get confused, I know. Okay. So it's not about if you create there, you can access everywhere. If you create here, you can access only at one place. It's about the business. So do I need this particular rule to be accessible everywhere in my application framework, everywhere in my application, in my entire business? Framework application, organization class. If it is specific implementation application, implementation work class. Up to this, if you understand, pretty much fair enough to proceed further. Only this point. Do not think about what is division, what about framework work. Don't have that questions. You'll get confused and everything will be gone. Only understand this part. Slowly, the things will go into your brain as we start working on practicals. Only 2 levels enough for better understanding for now. Are you clear about this? Only ask me any doubts within this. Don't go beyond. If you have any doubt, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yes, someone has posted something or what? Yes. Good. Manivara. Correct. Tyagaraja. Some question is there from Tyagaraja. So if we need to create 3 controls in health insurance, which is not related to auto, and what to do? Okay, maybe the person, Tyagarajan, your question is, we have a screen. In that we have 10 controls, out of which 3 controls are specific, but 7 are common. Is that what your question? Is that what your question? Okay, maybe, I don't know. He's not responding. He's on mute. Yes. Okay. So in such scenario, 3 controls common and 3 are specific, 7 are common. 7 controls related properties. You relate them to properties, right? That you create in common class. 3 you create in specific class. That's what you'll do. We will combine. Parent to child, we can access all 10. No problem. We will do that. Such requirements also we are going to do. Okay. So that's what. See, if I ask you, if you get a requirement in Pega to create a new screen, you need to mainly think about 2 rules first. 4 actually, but 2 rules I told. One is property, second one section. So create all the properties, create section. Add controls into section, map controls to properties. Map the controls, associate the controls with properties. Okay. Now where to create? Based on its scope of accessibility, choose to create in either framework or implementation or organization or implementation work class. Accordingly, you'll choose. Now, what type of rule can be created in what category? See, when you go to theory document that I'm going to give you the theory document. This I'm going to give you. In the theory document, you have one point. When you go through this document, do not read this red color statements. For now, I've given that. Ignore reading red color sent. I will tell you later. So, but this one you can see. Property rule type can be created under data model category. Similarly, for section, we will see. Section rule type can be created under user interface category. This tells you navigation. See, anything you want to create in Pega, right click on some class, create menu, because you want to create. If you go to create, whatever you see here, these are categories. So property you can find in a category data model. Property rule type can be created under data model category. So Pega has categorized different types of rules into some categories. I will tell you an example. See, you have different categories. Like category 1, I'll write down here different categories. Okay, category. So category is like vegetables. Okay, vegetables, fruits. Okay, 2 categories I have. Tell me, in vegetables, what are you going to get? Brinjal. Okay, and what are the other things?
Carrot, onions.
Okay, onions. Okay, like this, vegetables. Okay, and now here, fruits. Okay, let's say apple. Okay, what else we have? Okay, like this, fruits. Okay, now tell me. So this is one category. What about this one? Right side, what do you call this? These are different types of fruits. Types of fruits. Sorry, different types. You can say simply types. Brinjal is one type of vegetable. Okay, tomato is one type of vegetable. Carrot is one type of vegetable. Onion is one type of vegetable. Apple is one type of fruit. So every category you have some number of types. Each type, how many brinjals I can have? N number. How many tomatoes I can have? N number. One type of rule you can create N number under some category. So that's what in Pega also. Under one category, you have different types of rules, out of which we are talking about which type of rule? Property. How many properties I can create? How many property type rules I can create? N number. So property can be created under, property type of rule can be created under data model category. So this menu is categories menu and this is type menu, rule type. Property is a type of rule which can be created under data model category. That tells you the navigation. Are you clear about this point, everyone?
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
Now, section is a type of rule. Section is a type of rule. It can be created under user interface category. Tell me navigation after I go to create, what category I need to go into?
User interfaces.
User interface. In that, what type of rule? Section. Section rule type can be created under user interface category. That statement in the document tells you the navigation. We will follow this navigation to create the rule types. Okay. So tomorrow we will be doing a practical at the beginning. Tomorrow at the very beginning, we do a practical of creating properties and section, combine them. Next, I will explain you flow action and flow. We will finish making a transaction. 1 hour will be sufficient tomorrow to do the practical and further theory plus practical. Okay. Today, you have to know and read the document only up to property and section, not more than that. Not more than that. Simple change of inheritance also you have to do in your application today itself. Okay, now clear up? So today, no practical, only simple change is there in the direct inheritance. Other than that, read the theory. Tomorrow we'll do practical. Yes, please. Someone was trying to ask something.
No, nothing is just only for dot indicate we have mentioned for in our properties visibly here.
Dot, I will tell you dot. Tomorrow while doing practical. Other people, do you have any doubts or any questions? Please. One minute. I will attach the documents. Give me one. Hello? Huh? Okay. I'm going to attach the required documents for today's session, whatever you have to go through. Okay. Please make sure it will be very easy if you follow the sessions regularly and if you revise it. Okay. It's not that you listen the class and leave it, revise it so that you can understand much better. Class notes and Jan 13th. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And then theory document also I will attach. Okay. In the notes itself, you find the diagram documents and diagrams and all. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. I request all of you to make the fees payments. Tomorrow also, because some people are requesting, for tomorrow, we are going to give the free meeting link. Tomorrow also, leave it. And 15, 16 holiday, Sankranti holiday, 17, 18 Saturday, Sunday, you are getting 4 days. Please revise everything in this 4 days. Because if you are perfect in fundamentals, you will be perfect in learning the advanced things further. Okay. Revise everything and be available by Monday. Oh, tomorrow is there. Don't miss tomorrow's session. Okay, now. And moreover, complete your fees payments max by today evening, every one of you. Oh, I forgot to attach the theory document. Sorry. Okay. You can wind up for today. We will continue tomorrow. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And that is class notes, right? So after tomorrow, meeting link will get changed. After holidays, you will not be able to attend with the old meeting link. Meeting link will be shared only with the students who have enrolled for the training program. For others, they will not be getting the new meeting link. For your information, complete by max by end of today itself. Thank you. You can wind up. Thank you, everyone.